Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Breakfast with the Deacons. You all are looking on at the #1 breakfast show in the morning. Breakfast with the Deacons. There is no other. I am guaranteeing you. My name is not Ian Allen, and this is not alleged. This is the #1 show, and it's all about good news. That's all we bring you. Good news. So thank you for watching this morning, and thank you. I want you to go and call all your friends. Tell them the #1 show is on. And we have a wonderful show for you, as always, bringing good news. But we must start with the best news of all. We must start with Pope Francis. Every single show, we start with Pope Francis. And what does Pope Francis tell us today? Pope Francis says, I believe in God, not any Catholic God. There is no Catholic God. There is a God, and I believe in Jesus Christ, his incarnation. Jesus is my teacher and my pastor, but God the Father, Abba, is the light and the creator. This is my being. This is incredible. Papa Francis, we know that you're in the Holy Land. I think today is your 3rd day. And thank you for being an inspiration for all of us. Thank you for your words. There is no Catholic God. There is God. And I believe in Jesus Christ, his incarnation. Jesus is my teacher, my pastor, and God the Father, Abba, is my Father. Well, welcome to Breakfast with Deacons. And you know, as always, I have to shout out all these wonderful people that look on with Breakfast with Deacons. And a couple, for the last couple shows, it was so difficult to shout everybody out. But today, I'm going to do a roll. So, Mrs. Judith Fitzwilliam, all the way from Diego Martin in my parish, I want to shout you out. Thank you for watching Breakfast with the Deacons. That's the mother of our former Miss Universe, right? Auntie Joyce, I love you more. Carolyn Skerrett, Kathy from Bonds Road, Tamara from Assumption, Vashti from Living Water Community. Vashti, I hope you're listening today, eh? Right. Tamara from Assumption, Gail Julian from Lavantil, a member of the Corpus Christi, and her sons Brent Murray and Brandon, and Julian, her husband. All of you all watching Breakfast with Deacons. Thank you for looking on. Sally from Diego Martin, Cindy Campbell, and Patrina Norier. I met them on the Tobago Ferry. Remember what I told you guys already. Gwendolyn from West Moorings, Val Mohammed, and all the wonderful work you're doing with Father Holong. Right? Bless the whole group. The show is on this weekend. Make sure everybody got a ticket. Charmaine Curtin from Four Roads, Cynthia Lauchitang from Diego Martin, Father Bunty, get a cup of coffee. No sugar. Right. Good. We're looking at Heather Walcott, Jose and Barbara Salazar, Brian Phelps from Darbody, Norma Scantlebury, Lynette Ordain, Lisa from the Sanctuary, Diane Tyler Bless, Sandra Healy, Auntie Mona, I know you're watching Breakfast with Deacons from the Sanctuary. Wonderful job that you're doing. Keep on. The divine mercy, the mercy of Jesus Christ reigns in all our hearts. We need Jesus' mercy. Jesus is a lover, a person of mercy, a God of mercy. Linda Ordain, let's go down. Sandra Headley, Rosalind Grant, Susan Winters from Darbody, Christine St. Louis, Monica Seeley from Monrepo, Beryl Prey and Dorothy Bishop, Robin and Charlene from Monrepo, Lisa Wickham and Gabby Branch, Elizabeth Salvador from Coquier, Margarita Chapman from West Moorings. Honey, I know you're calling me every couple of minutes, but you know your partner really busy. I was up at the UE yesterday. I was in St. Joseph Convent doing a retreat. Every day they have me, right? Bernadette Ross from Petit Valley, Ruth Liverpool and Jilla Liverpool Roberts, Marina Butts, all the way from... Marina, where are you? I think you're supposed to be in the United States. But Marina, as she's telling everybody about Breakfast with the Deacons, we're in the Philippines, we're in Indonesia, we're in Jamaica, we're all over, man. That's Breakfast with the Deacons. Patricia Joseph from Cuba, Glenda Sobers, Judy Ford, Veronica, Inez from San Fernando, Petra Francis, Chang from Union Hall, Anne-Marie Moore Rabathali from Gulfview, Joan Clifford from San Fernando, Helen Khan from San Fernando, Villia from Lazy Fort, Allison and Roger from St. Joseph, Simon from Shagona, Sayo, I love you, my brother. Give us a call. Tell us what you think about the show today, right? Thelma from San Fernando. Yolanda Kazu. Yolanda's a long-time your partner. Hail you out, right? Henry Harper and Errol Lewis. St. Juliet Raja. I know you're looking on at Breakfast with the Deacons. I want you on this show. We have to talk about the Catechetical Commission, right? Louise Patterson, right? Everybody, you're hearing the amount of people. I can only call about a quarter of the people who look on at Breakfast with the Deacons who I know about. Today, I am on with two wonderful people. We're talking about, what is Jesus all about? Jesus is about love, and today we're talking with the people. We're talking about Miss Love Movement herself, Miss Bernadette Lachlan Scott. Did I get all the names right?
Oh yes, darling.
Wonderful. Well, Bernadette and I know each other from a long time, because you see, Bernadette used to come and teach my children when they were in St. Bernadette's prep. And that is serious years, because the youngest child I have is Sophie, and she's 22 years old. Lord have mercy. You know, and we have King David. King David is on the set with me this morning. Two wonderful people from the Love Movement, and we're going to be talking about your beautiful Love Movement, Bernadette. The wonderful work that you're doing. We're going to be talking about a production that you have coming up, and we want everybody to come out and support.
Yeah.
And listen, you all are getting it on Breakfast with the Deacons, so you know you have to go and support this. Bernadette, tell us a little bit about the Love Movement, because some of the people only know they see you singing. You've won a number of awards with your beautiful group, but Love Movement, why the word Love Movement? What is the work that you're doing outside?
Well, Derek, 42 years ago, I belonged to St. Anne's Church Choir since I was about 16, 17, and in my early 20s, I was invited to do a concert at Trinidad Country Club, and I formed a little group out of the church choir, 15 of us girls. And people loved what we did, and we said, you know, let's put on a concert at Holy Name, my alma mater, and give the funds to the poor. Right. Morris Connor is a close friend of mine, so the 15 of us girls got together and did this concert. It was called Love Must Be the Reason, because we did that because of love of music and love of our neighbor. And we were looking for a name for the group, and Barry Franceschi, a very good friend of mine, who did the costumes and the simple sets in those days, said, you know, I've been inspired to give you the name Love Movement, because it's a movement of love.
Wow.
Not just love of music, but love of your fellow man, trying to help the poor. But you know, as they say in the old days, when you're given a name is very significant.
Yes.
And you have to live up to that name. And I didn't realize the amount of challenges that it would present, and the responsibility to really live up to that name of what St. Paul says, of love being willing to forgive, to excuse, you know, love till it hurts. And we have been called over the last 42 years. It has grown from 15 women, 2 years later, to 25. 10 guys joined us. And it stayed like that for about 20, 22 years.
Right.
All our concerts, we made money we gave to the poor.
Yeah.
And about 25 years ago, I felt a deeper call to start an outreach program for youth and a children's choir. And our focus, our slogan is healing hearts, changing lives, one note at a time.
Healing hearts
and changing lives, one note at a time.
Wow.
And it's using the music as the medium to draw people, and spirituality as the glue and the cement to keep us together and connected to God, so that anybody that comes from the 4-year-olds up would understand that their purpose in life first is to know that God has a great plan for them.
Wow.
What Jeremiah says is true, not of destruction.
Yes.
Doesn't matter if you come from an institution where a lot of our youth come from, or from a family that's a middle class family, whatever it is. Knowing Jesus personally as your best friend, because unless you build your life on that rock, everything will be shattered, even if you have a doctorate later on in life. So in a summary, that's what we try to do.
So hold on a minute. Anybody can join the Love Movement?
Children, anyone can join, ages 5 to 13.
Right.
You don't have to audition, you just have to want to be there. Same thing with our youth outreach group.
Right.
We don't audition any voices, it's just that you want to be there on a Friday. The senior group, yes, because the music is a lot more challenging.
Right.
You have to be able to sing reasonably, not anything over the top. But we judge, what shall I say, we audition the hearts. In other words, you have to want to give your life to the Lord, to try and not have a problem when we pray or we go on retreats, that we're on that same wavelength.
Now, you know, I was asking Auntie Bernadette just that, you know, if anybody could join, you know, but she has a conditionality there, and I know I can't pass that at all because I can't sing a note. David, you could sing?
For God, yeah.
For God, you could sing for God?
Yeah.
Yeah, you pull out that good one there for me because I could sing for God, but not a note, man. You say, changing lives one note at a time.
Healing hearts first,
Healing hearts.
and changing lives.
Healing hearts and changing lives
One
note at a time. I wonder if my voice could change one note at a time, boy.
Yeah.
David, I'm in trouble here.
You see, we cannot change people's hearts unless we heal their lives. You know, we want to do all these things and give them all these programs and things, but their hearts are shattered.
Right.
And they have to receive God's love. And we need to bring that love to them.
Right.
Wherever in the country we are, we have to try. Because we're not perfect, huh?
Yeah.
We don't always love as God wants us to love, but we try.
Tell me about it.
But David has been gifted really with a beautiful voice. So he has been specially gifted by God.
David, tell Uncle Derek a little bit about yourself. Now, Tuesdays, Uncle D likes to talk about young people and the positive things that young people are doing. You know, Auntie Bernadette said something very, very important. She said, a name is important. And sometimes you have to live, not sometimes, you have to live out that name. You know about this name that you have, David?
Yeah.
You know who David was? King David. King David, the beloved king that God himself chose to rule his people. One of the great kings of the Jewish nation. You are King David, you know. And therefore God calls you to do wonderful things for him. And I hear you're doing wonderful things. Auntie Bernadette said you have been gifted with a lovely voice. Where did you get this voice from?
Well,
Daddy?
from God.
Mommy? Well, God.
Because my mom cannot sing, and
You want to say that on television? You would tell everybody
still
your
love
mommy.
you, mommy. But you know, but it's a special, but it's a gift. You know. It's really from God.
Right.
About myself and.
What school you go to?
I go to Woodbrook Secondary.
Awesome. My daughter went to Woodbrook Secondary. Right, go ahead.
Yeah. I sing. Just sing usually.
Yeah.
I sing for God,
Yeah.
but sometimes I just sing to make myself happy.
You sing to make yourself happy. That is so good. And you know, when you sing to make yourself happy, others also become happy through your singing. Uncle Eric sings in the bathroom. Do you sing in the bathroom?
I sing in the bathroom, in my bedroom, in the living room, in the yard. Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
In the kitchen.
In the kitchen too?
Yeah.
Now, you all are putting on an incredible production. It's two shows in one?
Well, usually people say that Love Movement gives 3 shows in one because as we have 3 groups, each group presents something on its own and then comes together finally. So this year our concert is called Love Notes.
Right.
And we are featuring for the first time in Trinidad a licensed, we have got permission from Disney. It's not just getting the music and doing it on the side of the Broadway musical Little Mermaid.
Wait a minute. You all are putting on The Little Mermaid?
The Little Mermaid, as you would see it on Broadway, as you would see it in the movies, except it's not animated, it's real people.
How did you get permission for this?
Well, we had to write and we had to answer a lot of questions, and they have about a 10-page contract that you have to read, every specific thing. You don't dare stray from their rules. But I had taught them a medley from Little Mermaid, and people said, why don't you do it? And it's only after I got really involved I realized, oh my God, what have I got myself into? Because to start off, you have to get permission.
Right.
They warn you that if you break any of these rules, you can be sued, and they fight their cases in New York. So you come up there, you know, to answer the charges if you break any of the stipulations.
So this is serious business.
This is serious business.
And you've taken on that challenge. You know, Mother Angelica says you must dare to do the ridiculous so that God can do the miraculous.
Well, this has happened because, you know, when I found out, when I went deeper into it, because we had got down the book with all the parts and I'd had auditions, and David is playing Sebastian the Crab, and he's doing a fantastic job of it. The children had started learning this stuff, and when I saw within even a month the growth of these kids, from the littlest one in their parts, being directed by Dr. Helma Elwig, it blew my mind. I said, God, you know, even even if we can't find the money to pay for this production, what I have seen transform these children's lives now through the discipline, their acting, their singing, the costumes that have come down from the States. Brian McFarlane is doing his sets, and because you have to create under the sea, then you have to create sand, then you have to get on a ship, then you have to be in a palace. So you have to have somebody who's really gifted. So Derek, when I saw what was happening, I said, God, you write straight on crooked lines.
Yeah.
This is the most expensive production we have ever done.
Wow.
And we try to raise funds for our mentoring program with disadvantaged youth. But I am just telling people, some people say, oh, is this a children's show? I said, no, the first part is Little Mermaid.
Right.
And it will blow your mind how professional and how fantastic it is. All glory to God.
Yeah.
But then, the second part, we celebrate 40 years of ABBA. And who does not like ABBA music?
Right.
So the senior group and the youth are coming together to do a medley of all their hits. All choreographed, dancing, singing, all ABBA's top songs.
All ABBA's top songs?
And
I'm an ABBA man, because I listen, Uncle Derek, according to the old people, I pulled down plenty almanac. And ABBA, in those days, that was Dancing Queen.
Dancing Queen,
You're gonna be
Waterloo.
Waterloo?
I Have a Dream, Thank You for the Music.
Thank you for the music, the songs I'm singing. That's about it, fellas. Cut.
And then the youth wanted to do something current, so we decided to do Katy Perry's Raw, which was another very popular song. And we end with the senior group doing medley of all the popular Broadway musicals, all going right through all, the top songs from the Broadway musicals.
Bernard, how long is the show?
It's only about, including intermission, about 2.5 hours. It may seem longer, but we try to keep it very tight with what we do.
And how many people are involved in
the cast is about 185.
100? You have 185 people in your group?
Yeah.
Love Movement has grown so much from
15.
12, 15?
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's all God's work, as I said, and I tell people that Love Movement does not count its awards in trophies won or shields or cups or whatever. It's in the testimonies from these youth.
Wow.
2 years ago, it was 40 years of our anniversary, and we asked kids, we asked parents, we asked children and senior group members, just write a little something about what Love Movement has done for you. And in reading it, I call it my trophies and treasures.
Wow.
Because it's all glory to God. I'm just this, like Saul, this imperfect instrument that he chose to do this work, who have a lot of thorns in my side, like Paul. But it's what God uses with the little few fish, loaves, what he creates. And that is what makes us special or different. Not better, but different.
Bernadette, you said something that what God uses what we have. God used the 5 loaves and the 2 fish. He didn't go outside. He said, okay, what do you all have? And this is what we have. And he takes that and he blesses it.
He blesses it,
and then
multiplies
he
it.
multiplies it, and there's always left over.
Yeah.
Thank you for the music, for the songs we're singing.
Yes.
David, tell us, give us a little bit, give us a preview of something that you're going to be doing now.
What he'll do, I think, is a little piece where Ariel, of course, is in love with a human.
Prince
And
Harry.
she wants to go up to where the humans live.
Right.
And she's trying to figure out a way to win him over.
Right.
So the crab is in charge of Ariel. He gives her all these pieces of advice.
So who's the crab?
So this is the crab here.
David
Sebastian
the
is
crab. All right, David.
So
the
he's now
crab.
going to tell her what she must do when they go on the lagoon in the boat, what he has just to do. So just relax. To the camera.
You got to get that boy to kiss you before it's too late. Now, a few pointers from a clever crab to a little mermaid. First, you got to bat your eyes like this. Yeah, and then you got to pucker your lips like this. Put those 2 things together tomorrow, and you'll have that boy in the palm of your hand.
Wonderful. Listen, man, I wanted to pucker my lips myself. Camille, watch me. Going home later. But that's lovely, David. I mean, but you sing also.
Yes.
Yes.
And as a crab, or normally you with Auntie Bernadette?
I sing normally with Auntie Mary.
Yeah, I know, but yeah, will you be singing?
Yes.
And what song you'll be singing?
In the Little Mermaid, I'll be singing Under the Sea and Kiss the Girl.
Give me a little bit of Under the Sea number.
The chorus.
Yeah, anything, just anything.
We just start with these little verses.
The seaweed is always greener in somebody else's lake. You dream about going up there, but that is a big mistake. Just look at the world around you, right here on the ocean floor. It's such wonderful things surround you. What more is you looking for? Under the sea, under the sea. Darling, it's better down where it's water. Take it from me. Up on the shore, they work all day. Out in the sun, they slave away. While we're devoting full time to floating under the sea.
Listen, if you're outside here, give this boy a round of applause, man. Uncle D is clapping. This was awesome. You sang for your supper. I'll give you some of my bread, right? So we're going to break this bread, and after you're going to eat it after this show. That was awesome. David, God has truly blessed you. Auntie Bernadette, I mean, you know, these young people come with all these beautiful gifts. Thank you for molding them. But you said something, you've won some awards as the Love Movement.
Well, we, on behalf of the Love Movement as itself has won. We have been given a Hummingbird Medal Gold for the work that we do. So have I through, you know, I don't like to talk about awards so much, but you have to say what you've been given by God. So both myself in my own capacity and the group has been given a Hummingbird Medal Gold for our work in community development, music. We have also been given a citation by the Express, both the junior choir and the senior group, for the work that we do with the youth. We have received some awards away for community work again when we go on our tours. I received the Caribbean Sunshine Awards for being an outstanding person in music and in culture in Trinidad and Tobago. And there are a few others that from the government, you know, icon of the nation and so. But as I said, the awards that really touch me are the awards of the change of lives and hearts. You know, we don't enter competitions to sing for awards because there's a lot of time you have to spend to do that. And I prefer to take that time in molding the lives and helping the children get to where they are. And to see them grow, some of these children that come from institutions in the outreach, when they first arrive, yet they're very cold and very stiff and very suspicious. And you give them a big hug, and little by little you see them warming up to you. And now when they come off the maxi, because we send maxis to pick them up, thanks to Republic Bank, I have to say, without their support, the outreach would have died many years ago. Because it's cost us about $50,000 a year in just paying maxis to bring them to rehearsals, plus everything else. You see them, Auntie B, where's my hug tonight, you know? And they share all their personal stories with you. But coming back to this production, why I really want to let people know, some people have been seeing The Little Mermaid outstanding, and that's Disney's criteria. Their name has to be bigger than yours wherever you advertise. But the senior group, as I said, is doing ABBA and Broadway, so it's not like a children's show. And in any case, even it was A Little Mermaid by itself, the quality of the production, the acting is just something that I look on every week. Even Uncle Helmer Hilwig, Dr. Hilwig, he said, I cannot wait for a couple of years to put these children on a big stage. They are so fantastic in their parts.
When is this show?
The show opens on the 8th of June at 6 o'clock at Queen's Hall. And then we have a break for 4 days, and we open on the Thursday again, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
And all the shows are going to be done at Queen's Hall?
Yeah. The Thursday show is $175. The other days are $250.
Okay.
All the seats are reserved. And the box office is open now at Queen's Hall. And what people usually do is on a Saturday night send me crazy before the last day. You're sure you don't have any tickets? Standing room. They just kind of wait. Or they want to hear. But you know, I really want to encourage people, do not wait. This can never be repeated.
Listen.
Never, ever be repeated.
Let's show the poster. Let's show
And
the
of course,
poster.
we want to show some of the costumes.
And we want to show some of the costumes. So take a look at some of these costumes.
What
First of all,
I would say that this is Ariel and King Triton, her father. This is the two sea witch, Ursula. This girl is doing such a fabulous job. You have to see her to experience the production with her. She is just so perfect. And her two eels.
Extremely.
Two eels. Then this is my friend here, David.
That's King David?
King David as the crab.
Right.
And he's always conducting because he's in charge of music with two seahorses.
Right.
Then we have here Ursula again with Ariel.
Right.
Ariel to come.
This is Ursula trying to encourage Ariel to give her her voice.
Right.
And this is the Moore sisters with Ariel.
She's in a daze, so
This
they
is
watch her.
Flounder, Ariel's best friend, who is always with her in times of trouble, good and bad. These are just a few of the pictures that I brought to show people the quality of the costumes,
Yes.
the makeup. It took nearly 3 hours just to make up Ursula the other day for the photo shoot.
Wow.
Very intricate, very professional.
Fantastic. So the Love Movement presents Love Notes and Disney's The Little Mermaid, right? And this will be on, let's just see, on June the 8th at 6 p.m. at the Queen's Hall for $250. June the 12th at 8 p.m. for $175. The 13th and 14th of June at 8 p.m. for $250. And the 15th at 6 p.m. for $250. All seats reserved, right? Call 346-LOVE. 346-LOVE. That is 346-5683, right? The music of ABBA and popular Broadway musicals. Listen, you cannot miss this show. It's for Auntie Bernadette and the Love Movement and their outreach. You're going to see an incredible production here, a Disney production, The Little Mermaid, and you're going to see Love Notes where they're going to be singing all the wonderful hits from ABBA and other hits. We even have Raw by My Girl. So it's going to be a power-packed show. I want to encourage everybody to come. I want you all to come down and support what is our own. This is our own. So everybody, you talk about Love Notes, just think of the money that you're going to be spending as Love Notes. They're going to be Love Notes as you reach out and you put your hand in your pocket or you take out your checkbook and you come and you buy your tickets. These are Love Notes reaching out to do what? Convert hearts and minds one note at a time. One note at a time. Auntie Bernadette, again, a little bit more. It's going to be at the Queen's Hall.
Queen's Hall.
Everybody, it's the Queen's Hall, and these shows again. Let me just let you all know. It's June the 8th, June the 12th, 13th, 14th, and 15th. Where can they get their tickets?
The tickets, the box office is now open at Queen's Hall from 12 noon to 6 p.m.
And that's where they can obtain the tickets.
That's where we can get tickets.
All right, listen to me. Go down to the Queen's Hall. Everybody knows where the Queen's Hall is in the whole of Trinidad and Tobago. And listen, everybody looking on, even if you're looking on in Tobago, those in the United States, you could still send your money. Sponsor somebody to come to the show, right? Love Notes. Love Notes and The Little Mermaid put on by the Love Movement on this, hold on, I had to get my glasses. The 8th, June the 12th, 13th, 14th, and 15th. Let me tell you something. Everything we do on this show is good news. This is good news. Focusing on the talent of the young people, focusing on Auntie Bernadette and the wonderful work that she is doing. Breakfast with Deacons is all about good news. We want to thank you all for looking on this week at the Breakfast with Deacons. My little brother David, King David, Auntie Bernadette, thank you for being on the set.
Thank you, Derek.
For sharing all the wonderful things that you're doing.
Thanks. I just wanted to say that we have a Facebook page.